Ooh. All right. YouTube almost didn't want me on here, y'all. I had to download Chrome. Come on, come on. All right. Hey, Kenya, what's up? I had to download Chrome. They didn't want me to get on this live today. I mean, I already had Chrome, but you know. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me, Kenya? Okay. I wish that YouTube would like let certain people talk, like if they got like certain things next to their name on my end, I wish they would let those people talk. Hey, Patrice. Hey, Amber. What's up? I wish they would let like certain people talk, like be vocal. That would be so dope. Cause then you could like talk like kind of like on Zoom. I'm pretty sure they'll come up with it, you know? Yes. Yes. Cat is coming. Cat probably already on. But you know, Cat don't be saying that. We need to have like a Zoom call. I should post like a Zoom link for everybody to get on. But like if they wanna talk to us, they come on a Zoom link. But nah, I'll say that for Patreons. Oh, hold on. Yes. So I don't know why I'm on here this late. I just felt like I should. I just finished up doing some work. I'm still super energized, and I was like, let me get on this live just a little bit, see what everybody doing. I haven't been live in a very long time, maybe a half a year. Hey, Don. Maybe a half a year I haven't been on live. But I'm about to get engaged. I just need my little helper to bring me something in here real quick before I get started. So all right. So today thanks, yeah. You know, getting close, Donald, getting closer to 40 than I am 30 now. I'm getting closer to 40 than I am 30 now. You know, the older you get, it's like wine, y'all. Thank you. It's like wine, y'all. The older you get, the better you get. Thank you. Y'all, I gotta take my chlorophyll and keep my stuff up to par. So I had to call my little helper to help me out so I can get my little chlorophyll in, my little antiviral in. I don't need no Moricon. You turned 30 in May. Wow, congrats. Yeah, I'm gonna be 37. Be 37. So the month after you done. What's up, Eric? Man, I did not know all these people gonna be up. Y'all, I got some exciting stuff too, because the Peter Pod is already out. But with the Peter Pod, I'm doing this collaboration with a couple of people. And so we're working on another podcast, and it's going to be exciting. So, hi, Kat. I was just about to text you because your super fans are here for it. As I was saying, gonna be doing some collaborating work with some people, and so it's gonna be on. I'm gonna be bringing them to this platform, but they're also gonna be on their own platform as well. Oh, it's on 10 p.m. Where you at? Where are you at? You in California or something? Gotta be like somewhere on the Pacific. I'm on the Central Time. I used to be on the East Coast time, but I'm happy that I'm on the Central Time now. Retired, so don't have to go to no more duty stations. Thank goodness. Y'all make sure y'all get y'all some chlorophyll from Blended Rootz at Blended Rootz with a Z.com. My little whole catalog right here. That chlorophyll is going fast. I don't know. TikTok did a video, and once TikTok did a video, it got sold out. Oh, it's one in Ohio? Yeah, I bet. Las Vegas, yes. Oh, I used to love Vegas. I still love Vegas, but I can't be out there on them Vegas streets no more. Not since I had that last one. Maybe the second one, but that last one did me in. So yeah, I'm on here. I just wanted to, connect with y'all. I haven't connected with y'all in a very long time. I know y'all like where I've been, even though it's only been like 2 weeks. I know it feels like a whole long time, but it's just me one. So when it's time to create, have to create in windows where everybody is like mostly focused on family and things like that. And y'all see this energy that's up. So many different energies that we could utilize to help us manifest all it is that we desire into the new 2022. All right. So just a few little, I guess you could say admins, well, not necessarily admins, but some dates that I found most important during this time was, of course, y'all know we had the 1st of December, which was 12/1/2021. And then we had the 12/2/2021, 12/10, 12/11, 12/12, which was just the other day. Then now we have 12/19. So we have the Adria Mosley. I used to live in. Oh, nice. Yeah, nice. So yeah, so we'll have the 19th. That'll begin the solstice energy. And then we'll have the 20th and the 21st because we're playing on those degrees. We're playing on those energies to help us manifest and materialize what we need to. I'm going to also be doing a light code activation meditation. You can find the full light code activation on Patreon. However, I don't like to leave YouTube out, so I will post a shorter version of the light code activation, which of course is going to be smaller, but it's still going to be effective. And then you guys don't forget to utilize the happy energy of the Christmas to continue to push your intentions forward through the new year. So what y'all want from Spirit Soul? What y'all want from Spirit Soul? What y'all want from the Ancestral Healer tonight? I already know what Kat want. Kat, I already know what you want. I already know what Kenya want. I already know what Amber want. But what y'all want from the Ancestral Healer tonight? I'm here for a little bit. Montreal, hey. Toledo. Y'all is from all over. I'm so excited. I remember a time we only had just my kids on YouTube. Ancestors got big things. The energy that I'm feeling most resonant with tonight is that it's pretty chill. Nice. The energy that I'm feeling most resonant with tonight is that that shapeshifter energy. I don't know if people are feeling like, you're transforming. Yes, you want it all, right, Trina? I got you. I got you, Kat. That shapeshift energy, but being able to unleash the wow within you. All right, being able to unleash the wow within you. But we're not just talking about the wow side, we're talking about your creative side. We're talking about, you're so welcome. And thank you. What can you do to raise? What can we do to raise our vibration in our? Okay, and facilitate DNA activation. Got you. So strength and clarity. Okay, I'm gonna give you some strength and clarity. All right, from the ancestors. Okay, all right, we got this. We got this. These are easy ones. All right, so I'm gonna finish that statement and then I'm gonna move into um Adila. Is that how you say it? Adila? And then I'm gonna move into, who do we have? Alidria. So I'm gonna move into those requests. So, but I'm really feeling this shapeshifter type energy, this unleashing this new side of self that hasn't been unleashed, and it feels like a lot of people, a lot of us, not just a lot of people, but a lot of us within this particular community have recently received certain upgrades and recently experienced certain types of transformation. And what the ancestors was telling me the other day and over the course of the past couple of days is that many of us are going through a spiritual deepening. This is where, like, wounds that we thought that we could not heal, or things that needed to be reconciled, what we thought we were over, began to show up again in our life. This could have been a relationship that you had with a person, or something that you had with mom or dad, and then you thought that this thing was a done deal. You thought that, hey, I've healed to a certain degree from this doesn't upset me as it used to anymore, and now I'm moving forward. But then boom, out of the blue, you're done with this. You released this. You've done all of the necessary work that you wanted to do around this thing. And then here comes this old energy piece. And here comes this old energy circling back and said, you know what? Then I wasn't ready to, be a be a part of what you got going on, but now I'm ready. All right. And so in your mind, you're like, oh, I'm so over this. Like, why is this coming up now? Right. But that's that spiritual deepening. Now it's time for you to have that compassion. Oh, I already know you always want that divine masculine. Now, oh, and the Mercedes, I got you. And now you're like, what is this about? And now it's time for you to have this particular compassion for this individual, or this energy, or this person, or these people. And you don't know if you have the strength to go through it, but that person has evolved a little bit, not necessarily to the degree that you can full on just lay down all of your boundaries and put your entire protective shield down, right? But this person has evolved. um oh, we're gonna get the edge up. Yes, we're gonna get the perfect grass. This person has evolved to a degree, and it is okay for you now to accept this person where they are. So oh, you got, listen, I'm gonna, y'all write y'all list so I can set these intentions with y'all, because Kat is not playing. Kat said this is all this stuff that we is about to call forth. We're gonna get a divine masculine. I want the new Benz, I want the commercial kitchen, and please don't forget my edge up on my grass. Like, it's serious, right? But yeah, so it's okay for you to engage this person and accept this person, and if they're wanting to apologize for the things that they've done, but not necessarily, oh yeah, Kenya, we're gonna get you your land. Not necessarily give all of your focus and all of your attention to it. All right. But unleashing this new side of yourself. So how many of you guys are feeling new? Would like to know what advice my ancestors might have. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people want to know what their ancestors got going on, huh? Yeah, we're gonna get into the ancestors. I'm trying to get a lot of more people on here so that they could, uh, get look, everybody, look, somebody said, Kat, I know you said thank you. Yeah. Everybody want to know what their ancestors have. Okay. And so right now in this moment, I know yeah, keep finding ways to distract myself. Yeah. It's so easy to get distracted during this time too. I want to break through this fear. And okay, let's go. Let's go ahead and break through this fear. And that's what that light code will do. Those soul code activations, those light code activations is going to assist you in breaking through those fears and those challenges that you once had. Yes, look, I'm going to answer. Healed heart. I got you. Healed heart. Yes. And be ready for your divine masculine. That's what I'm talking about. See, and that's the right precedence too. Can you put in the healing first and then calling this one in, calling this divine masculine in. All right. Um, so for some of you, make you Aries proof. Okay, we're gonna put a shield of protection around Cat for the Aries, y'all. Let's put the shield of protection around Cat from the Aries. So now we're gonna go to Adila. So you feeling a lot of new energy. Okay, so we're about to get into this new energy. Feels like time to bring forth my yes, it is. It very much is, okay? Especially with your gifts and your purpose. And so that's that spiritual deepening. Right now, many of you that are in the Adila. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh my goodness. Many of you right now are feeling anew. You're feeling like you're finally seeing things now clearly for the first time, and I can use that analogy because that's almost how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like when the baby, after it's been out of the womb for a while, the first couple of weeks, the baby is vision is blurry, but his intuition is very strong and is able to make these different connections and identify who's safe for it and who's not safe and what's mom and what's dad and things like that. And so over time, then the baby now will be able to see like physical defining things like the definition of the eyes and the shape of the nose and all these things that connects it with its actual caregivers. So we're all feeling this newness. We're all feeling like we have been born into something else or morphed into something else. And so what your ancestors wanted you guys to do that in this time, like it's a lot of things, as Eric said, that's going to come in and try to distract you. There are things that are going to try to come in and upset you and get you angry and have you feeling fearful and try to reconnect you with those emotions that you have felt like you left in your past. And so you have to continue to embrace that energy that will provide you peace. Okay, so continue to embrace that energy that will provide you peace rather than, falling into the old way of being, like, turning up on somebody, cussing them out, doing all these things or carrying on or just having an emotional fit, you know. But just keep maintaining that peace and maintaining that sound mind. And then when these things come in and try to distract you, try to knock you off guard, try to get you angry, being able to go and collect yourself so that you won't respond in a way that is taking you back to a place that you worked so hard to get from, you know. But it ain't saying like be no fool, because again, sometimes we get so extreme to the light side that we forget like we are existing here in a physical reality. And so we have to act accordingly as we maneuver throughout this physical reality. But there is a lot of information that's coming in for many of you. All right, a lot of information that's coming in for many of you, which is why if you have felt the need to, not necessarily go journal, but get off to yourself, you felt like you felt a presence around you. You thought something, and then when you think it, you're like, oh man, I'm just tripping. That's actually your ancestors and your guides are saying, like, hey, you're feeling this stuff in the pit of your stomach. All right. if this is something that you desire to do or desire not to do, then I support you in it. So they want you to be very open to this information that's going to come in. All right. And a lot of you that are connected here, you all know that you have certain gifts. All right. Some of you wouldn't be connected unless you're just a troll. Some of you wouldn't be connected here if you didn't possess certain abilities, but it's up to you to really tap into those abilities and perfect them. And remember that there's no accelerated healing. You're going to go through different types of things, and you're going to go through different types of challenges and ups and downs, and you're going to experience a little turbulence, but understanding that there's no accelerated healing, but this is something that is necessary for this process, right? Let me make sure that I'm not missing any comments, because that's the last one that I seen. Okay, yeah, so there's no accelerated form of healing, all right? But just knowing that, you're going to have to experience certain things, get through that process, and then once you get on the other side of this thing, you'll start to notice a lot of different things unfolding. Again, hey Centaura, how are you? A lot of us are feeling this creative energy as well. And so that's why they're telling you to shapeshift. That's why we're feeling like shape shifting and unleashing this energy. This energy feels electric for some of us. Although some of us are going, I want to explain these mood swings to some of you guys, because I know a lot of y'all are having like different mood swings, and that's totally fine in the moment that we're in. We are dealing with so many energetic shifts right now. And some of you are having new awakenings, some of you are having ascensions, and then there are things going on in the cosmos that, once you get into the astrology of things, you start to understand like, okay, this planet has merged into this, and because this planet is merged into this, and my eighth house is in this, now I'm feeling like this. This is why there's so many different shifts in your emotions and different shifts in your mood swings. And also, those of you that have an ancestral calling or ancestral link, now you're also dealing with the emotions and the energies and the of your ancestors already always being around, because I didn't warn you about that part. When you start talking to them and honoring them and engaging them, now you're going to start picking up things of them. You may be craving certain things of your ancestors. You may be feeling certain moods, like if they're feeling frustrated because you didn't get something. Hi, Nikki. If they feeling frustrated because you didn't get something, then now you may be feeling frustrated because somebody didn't get something that you thought should have been easy for them to get. So it could be a transference of that energy that's being passed off to you. Or you could have been in the habit of giving your ancestors coffee every morning, and today you forgot to give them coffee. All right. And so now they're like, hey, don't get me started on something and think you're going to slap because you feeling some type of way. You made your coffee, where's mine, type of thing. All right. So let's see. I need to know who and how. I need to know how to control. Okay. What not to tap into, who to connect with, what not to connect with when you're dealing with them. I feel like I feel like in so many ways you would know, but that is such what's the word I'm looking for? That's not a good answer. All right. That is not a good answer. But when you're connecting with your ancestors first, you want to open up with your ancestral prayer. I'm not sure if I posted the prayers here. I think I posted the prayers on one of the videos, and I pinned the comment when someone asked for the prayers, right? So when you are going to open your ancestral portal, right? I would like for you to make sure that when you open this portal, you have cleaned this space. Like you have cleansed this space that they are in, because you do not want no dirty altar or dirty any type of sacred space that you are going to be engaging with that you're going to be engaging with your ancestors, any celestial beings or anything of the spirit world. All right. So you want to make sure that thing is clean. In some teachings, is cleanliness is next to godliness. That goes for everything. You need to make sure that space is clean when you're engaging. All right, because a lot of times they won't function in the dysfunction. It's going to be hard for them to figure it out too, because you're already working with a limited amount of energy. And then you have this barrier, which is the dimensions that we're in right now. All right, so now, boom, you got your ancestor area clear, or your sacred space clear. And now when you call them forth, you calling forth your ancestors of your highest vibrational frequency. Because I want to tell you that you have on that side, you have ancestors of all different vibrational frequencies. Everybody exists in different parallels. When they transition from here, they may have needed to learn a little bit more, evolve a little bit more. Maybe have been some things that they didn't understand on this side. And now when they get on this side, they're like, oh, I see it clearly now. At first I didn't see it, but now I see it. There were several of my ancestors that, had an idea of what that side was going to be like. And when they got over there, they're like, oh, this ain't nothing like what I thought it was, but they still having their little barbecues and all that good stuff that they're having. But just ensure that you're calling forth your highest vibrational energies. When I deal with my ancestors, I make sure I wear a certain stone so that negative energies can bounce off. Like my favorite one is the Tektite. This Tektite is going to get expensive pretty soon. Remember when we was talking about the Moldavite last year, and when we was getting the Moldavite, they was very inexpensive, and now they're very expensive right now. Right. So this is also a meteorite, and it protects you. It's one of the best negative energy protective, but also if you aren't grounded enough, it'll do just like that Moldavite and have your energies fluctuating. So you want to make sure that when you're working with certain crystals, that you're able to ground quite quickly. But if that doesn't work, these Bumble Bee Jaspers, people underestimate them because they're not the most beautiful crystal, but they are very protective. And so negative energies tend to just bounce off of them. All right. But you have to, work with them and train them and things like that. Also, when you're working with your ancestors, let me make sure I'm answering all these questions. Okay. So yeah, what issues to put to rest? Okay, so let me let everybody know how to engage their ancestors, and then we're going to talk about the issues to put to rest. Because those issues that need to be put to rest are the things that are needing to be healed of the bloodline. These are things that some people don't believe this, and I think that it depends on your walk of life, and so making sure that whatever you're doing with your ancestors is honoring of them. So just because you may not be Christian or Islam or whatever it was that your ancestors were, does not mean that you that does not mean that when you go in and dealing with your ancestors, or you're trying to do things pertaining to your ancestors, does not mean that you do what you want to do. You do things that was like a remembrance of them of this life. So if they didn't drink coffee and you drink coffee, but they love tea, then don't give them coffee. Give them some of the things that they love, because one of the prayers is say, hey, ancestors, these are the beverages that I remember you drinking. This is the air that I remember you breathing, and things like that. So that you remember them is an important part. But calling forth your highest vibrational, because again, if they went over into the ancestral realm with unresolved issues, some of those issues have been taken with some of them, and others of them have learned their lesson quite quickly, or maybe they went into a coma or something like that, and they were being worked on during that state, and so they didn't really go over with that. Sometimes ancestors will come through, and they may be trying to console you about certain situations. For example, I had an uncle that was like a child molester, and when he came through, he was very apologetic about like all of the children that he touched or whatever. And so part of his lesson was him. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you for your donation. Part of his healing was to put that to rest with all of the people that he done it to, but there was, who we gonna tell it to other than me, right? And so First, I had to be healed in a space to where I could even work with him. That's the first thing. Because if you are holding resentment now, nothing that you're going to do on the ancestral realm is going to help you out. All right. Because you're going to go in there with a closed mind. It's kind of like when you go into situations already expecting the worst or already expecting an outcome. Okay, when you go in the ancestral realm, you already expecting this person to be like this, and you haven't put that to rest yourself, then you're gonna be going over there trying to handle them the same way that you're feeling on this physical plane, and they feel like that, but they don't feel like that to the degree that they're not holding this grudge or they're not holding this resentment. Now, there are some that are going, thank you so much, Santara, for your donation. Now, there are some that's going to come in, right? And they are going to be, you know, they are going to be on the low vibrational spectrum to where they not even getting the lesson while they're over there. So those are the ones that will, you go ahead and send those ones to their respective place, send them to the light, send them to their respective place, wherever you're going to send them. Just don't come back there until they get it all together. Or, they'll reincarnate and cycle back through for whatever their lesson going to be. But those are the ones that I tend not to work with, the ones that are more hard-headed. All right. I do not work with those. I do, however, work with them in a sense of doing certain things to assist them on that side. Like I learned naturopathic Reiki through Santara at the Santara's Healing House. Shout out to Santara. And so I took that healing modality and made it into ancestral Reiki, right? And so I'm always constantly turning my Reiki on like a little Power Ranger, right? And sending them this energy so that we can begin to work on those things of the bloodline that is needing to be healed in my specific bloodline. With everything that I do with the ancestors, right? I deal with them just how I would deal with a normal person, as if they were still here. I have conversations with them as if they're still here. Like if one just like were to walk by my door right now, I would stop what I'm doing with you guys and engage the ancestors. Like they're just how it is. So I treat them. Thank you so much, love, for your donation. I treat them like they're still here with me, although they're not in this physical plane. Things that once you heal from those certain things, I'm trying to see your name. So what I'm having a hard time is like clashes of colors. I have like a difficult time with the clashes of color. Is it Craftisha? Mother Craftisha? If somebody type your name in the chat for me so that I can just see it up against the black and white. But once you lay to rest and begin to heal certain things of the bloodline, then a lot of the things, once you're working with the ancestors, would seem so small after that. A lot of the things that I've noticed that I used to consider such a huge thing and so appalling now is not. Okay, Craftisha. Okay, got you. Thank you so much. It's not as extreme anymore because now some of the ancestors have been able to give me a very clear understanding of why some of those things took place. I.e., a lot of the women, I used to blame my grandmother for not being able to defend as I felt that she should, and so Craftika. Okay, Craftika. Awesome. I hope I said that right. Craftika. And so I had some things in my thought process initially, like, oh, my grandma should have protected me from certain things. She should have been stronger. Why is she so mean to me, but wasn't mean to them? And then I'm now looking at the timelines. Back then, like, it was I can't stand up against, your great grandfather because women didn't have rights. And so like, what would I have done to take care of you? I just kind of had to deal with it because I didn't have any other means. Right. And then this is like 1920s. She's born in 1920s. And then she have children that are born in like the 40s. And so here's this one coming through this time. And then as she's coming up, or was it 40s? Yeah, as she's coming up, then she have all these kids that's born in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, right? And so she have all these kids, but she has a mindset of someone born in this time frame from a person that was born in this time frame who did not have certain rights, and then certain rights came into place later on, right? And so this give you a whole different level of understanding. Like, dang, she couldn't protect me because she couldn't protect me. Her protecting me would have meant something else for us. Like, we would have been out here on these streets if she would have protected me in the way, but not just necessarily me, protecting, your mom, or, so on and so forth. Bento. Blue Lotus tincture can be. Oh yeah. We have Blue Lotus tincture also at Blended Rootz. We also have a meditation blend that incorporates Blue Lotus. And if you contact us through a submission form, we will be able to sell you Blue Lotus directly without mixing it with anything. If that's something that you're interested in, you have your ancestor altar. Oh, what kind of physical signs of communication are you seeing that your work is actually transforming? Oh man, let me tell you. Um, so many physical signs. So since I've been doing the ancestral healing work, so I started working on my bloodline very, very, very early. I just now got to a space to where, so it's like you better get out there and start passing it along. But some physical things. Child molestation used to be a very big thing in my bloodline, and no generations no generations after my, let's just say, my kids or my sisters or brothers kids have experienced that. We're all in different groups, like we're all in different age ranges, so I can't say my kids because I had my kids a little later, right? But none of the children in this particular line following me, the descendants of me, have not had any child molestation. Like, they were never raped by anyone, in the family. If it happened, it happened outside of the family. So we know for a fact that we cleared up the child molestation in the immediate bloodline. Um addiction addiction used to be heavy in the family. There are some addicts, but not as it was as I was growing up. Alcoholism was a big thing. Everybody was so drunk, and now you don't see that much. You see a lot of control drinking or a lot of social drinking. So that was a big thing for my bloodline. And this is just speaking for my bloodline. Blindness. Okay, so for those of you that know Spirit Soul couldn't see. Spirit Soul was blind. I had been diagnosed with a condition that was supposed to be irreversible, right? It's blindness has been in my family for years. My mother is blind, legally blind. She lost her eyesight. She lost one eye, and then she has partial vision in one eye. So she has a false eye and like a glass eye, and then she has a partial vision in the other eye. Several of my siblings were born with one eye. A couple of my nieces and nephews were born with one eye. And a lot of the people within my family were born blind or became blind as teenagers. Um, all of my grandmother's children were legally blind. Um, all of my I had a few siblings that were legally blind in one eye. I was legally blind all the way up into Monday. So I was legally blind in both eyes for a couple years, and then in June I was only legally blind in one eye, and now I'm not legally blind anymore. I can actually see way better than I've ever saw in my entire life. And so that's thanks to goji berry, bilberry, and all that other stuff, and being able to utilize herbal medicine along with Western medicine to assist me in accomplishing that. And so none of my children are blind. None of my, sisters, like none of my siblings that are in the 80s and 90s sets have blind children. None of them. So we know that blindness is being cleared in the bloodline. So it's not completely gone, but it is being cleared. There are some that wear glasses, but that's being cleared. The mother-daughter relationship is being healed in the bloodline. Usually, the mother-daughter relationship in the families are not very forgiving or don't come back from it, and there are mother-daughter relationships being healed in the bloodline. There are generational curses of finances being broken in the bloodline. I don't have a sibling that's not doing well for themselves. Um, there were generations before that struggled with finances. Now there are sometimes that everybody have their days, but not something that you're homeless again. So that used to be a thing, like being broke all the time and having a certain mindset. So you see that changing. You see the more third world type of accomplishments are happening, like doctors and lawyers, where you didn't see any of that before. It was more scarcity. The woman stayed at home, the man did the working, and yada yada yada. And then when the man died, everybody went on some kind of assistance or something. So all of these things are being cleared up, because I know for a fact, I don't struggle at all when it comes to finances, and I'm able to assist others in figuring out things to make their financial situations better, able to educate future generations about that, and even to the point to where the children are already investing and making money in the stock market and things like that. So those are clear indicators to me that scarcity is being broken, that diseases and things like that. Usually someone my age in my family will look a bit older, but we're looking younger and looking healthier and being alive longer. My grandmother died at 100, going on 101, so just health in general is like clearing up in the bloodline. So you begin to notice that the more you change and the more you work on your bloodline healing, the more that you'll start seeing it work for people within your family indirectly. Um, let's see. So those are some physical changes. I have my ancestor altar up and I communicate with them daily. I'm still learning. Okay. I get images. Great. Every image that you get, Adila, write it down. Because later on, you might not understand it right now, but it may be a great lesson for you later on. I also hear a lot of ringing. Oh, great. And depending on which side of the ear it is, that's who's trying to communicate with you. But you have to figure out which one is your masculine and which one is your feminine ear. I know that Dr. Google say that everybody had the same, left is this, left is masculine, right is feminine, but that's not necessarily true for everybody. All right. So that's not necessarily true for everybody, because sometimes you might have a female ancestor that operated mostly in the masculine because, maybe she just had to. And so it's going to take you a while to be able to distinguish whether it's my female ancestor that is have more of a masculine resonance, or is it, an actual male, and then as time goes on and you start to pay attention to those clues, they'll send you more. You got the antiviral? Yes, in the mail this week too. Oh, that's so amazing. I'm so glad. I hope you like it. Takes a little getting used to, but that's one of my favorite ones. Let's see. Look, come through with the herbs. Yes. Actually see the manifestation occurring is one. It is so wonderful. Child molestation was big in your bloodline too. Feeling here to break it since yes. Okay, so let me tell you, and you are here to break it, and you're part of the right soul group if that's what you're here for. And Adila, we actually have support groups every month, and we talk about all things, not just regular spiritual things. We talk about all different things because we actually go through real life stuff, not just spiritual stuff. And so then you have you have everyone within your circle or within your soul group that can assist you. So it's like each one teach one. So it's kind of like going to AA meetings but in spirituality, because it's not all light. There are some times where you feel down. There are some times where you feel like, man, this really sucks today. And then there may be somebody else that is feeling like it's really sucky. and we get together and we find a very creative way to break down what it is that we're all going through, So I think it'll be something good for you. I'm going to open the support group up next year, just for everybody that supports the ancestral healer. So everyone that's on Patreon, whether you are a $2 tier or $150 tier, I'm going to open the support group up bigger. Now, if the tiers that are just supporting, they don't want to do that, then I could just close it back off. But I'm gonna give everybody a fair shot, just in case. You never know what anyone's going through. So I found that it has been like extremely helpful for a lot of us. So your ancestors are talking about this autumn here. So now we're moving into the winter. All right, and winter is coming up quite swiftly. And so now all of the old has been released, right? All of the old has been released. And so the more that you begin to surrender completely to spirit and release these old things, right, the more that you'll be able to allow new things to come in. So if you are trying to call forth a divine energy or divine counterpart, then there needs to be little to no residuals of that thing of your past, so that you can call it in. All right. This ain't how K. Michelle say you just need another one to get over the other one. No, you got to get over the other one before you can call the other one in, because it's going to confuse the energy. All right. And you want your best vibrational frequency to move forward. Someone asked, how do they raise their vibration? So first things first, in order to raise your vibration, you're already raising your vibration by raising your awareness. The fact that the fact that anyone is on a journey of self and trying to discover themselves, they have now, been able to elevate their consciousness, so to speak. So as long as you are aware, now you are beginning to raise your vibration. So one thing that I found helpful to help to, decalcify not decalcify, but, prevent the pineal gland from being damaged, I stopped using fluoride toothpaste. I heard that, it really destroys your pineal glands and interfere with like transmissions and things that you're getting. So I'm like, you know what, I gotta get rid of that. So I now use like Hello. I also use the Himalayan salt toothpaste. You can get like 4 packs for 4 tubes for $20. So it's around the same price as the other toothpaste. Your teeth not gonna be buttery, they're gonna be good and clean. I also use Dr. Gardner's. He has a 3 system, and it's activated charcoal. He has a pulling agent, and he also has a mouthwash. I tell you, when you brush your teeth with that stuff, you gonna think you don't need to ever brush your teeth again, because your breath be so fresh. All right. So I really love those products. My children use those products, and you'll be surprised. My children come up to me talking to me about like out of the wall stuff, and their gifts are very strong. Possibly even stronger than mine, but they can't distinguish it between, reality and anime right now. So another thing is, you know, what you're putting into your body. So toxins. I do sometimes I might drink wine, right? So if I have a girls' day in, we might drink some wine or something like that. Um, I don't consume a lot of hard liquor. If I do consume hard liquor, it's mixed in something else like a Bailey's or something like that. Or it's a Caribbean drink that's like a creamy Caribbean drink that's kind of like Bailey's, So I'll do that occasionally, but not too much, because that right there, that kind of slows you down, and you have to detox and, get all that stuff out of your system again. Maybe even you love the Hello brand too. I love it. It's so amazing. Um, Even diet changes, a lot of diet changes, decreasing the amount of carcinogens you take in, and that's those meats like chicken and all that other stuff. Um, doing necessary detoxes and cleansing your body when you need to. You'll know when your body needs to cleanse. Your body gonna tell you. It's gonna do things to tell you like, hey, you need to get this stuff out of me. Um, and so a lot of things that you can use for that. We have a lot of dietary stuff that's that's good for that. Also, we have some things coming out January 1st that's going to help get rid of parasites. So when you take it, you'll start noticing the parasites coming out of your body. So that'll decrease your sugar cravings. I don't consume processed sugars. A lot of stuff that I take in is like agave or honey if I'm going to make some coffee. All of my teas are caffeine free. Usually the stuff that I drink from the garden is like the teas that I drink. Also, like a lot of fruit, so depending on fruits and vegetables, wherever you want to raise your frequency to, eating or whatever chakra you're working on, eating more of that type of fruit. Changing, maybe, doing some days with meat, some days without meat. Not saying that you do not have to be a vegetarian to be a spiritual being. You don't have to be a psychic. You don't have to be none of these other titles to be spiritual, y'all. But it's just certain things that can assist you to get there faster. So you'll notice that like mindfulness techniques, creating yourself a routine in the daytime, in the morning time when you wake up, what's the first thing you do? Not grab your phone, just doing your meditation or just processing what just took place in that dream, journaling that dream. Even journaling that dream that you had is a form of meditation, in my personal opinion. You don't necessarily have to go to the theta state after you just came out of the REM state. Just write that down because there might be a message in there for you. After you do body detox, do you feel the effects of it immediately? So 28 days, you start to notice the big changes. But when we did the Heal Thy Soul, me and the Soul group, we all did the Heal Thy Soul. We did it in October. We did it in June and last December. Last December, we did straight alkaline. And we noticed those changes immediately. Like within the third day, we noticed those changes. So eating all electric foods, you'll notice those changes within 3 to 7 days. You'll notice a drastic weight loss within that time too. You'll lose about 15 pounds in that week. Because you'll lose all of the water weight and inflammation in the body. And then you'll start to actually lose the actual weight. Let's see. But yeah, so it depends on what lifestyle change you change to. If you change to the ketosis lifestyle, you'll notice those changes within, some notice it between 7 to 21 days. If you change to the paleo lifestyle, you'll notice that by at least 21 days. But your cognitive function will be your cognitive function will be on point. Like, so you'll start noticing some drastic changes within the first week or so. I have a spiritual chain of command questions. In terms of working on the bloodline issues, how do you approach the creator in relationship to all to work in the ancestry? Listen, I always approach the creator. The creator always comes first, and I just pray to the creator the same way I pray to the creator. Like, that does not change. I say my prayers at night. I say my prayers in the morning. But the creator okays this, because I feel like if the creator didn't okay this to be happening, then it would be happening. Wouldn't even have the abilities, and I personally believe that the creator and any elemental gods or deities, if you work with deities, they respect you more if you respect your own elders, because how you care for them, that lets them know that, like, you could easily put them down, because they're family, right? And you tend to treat family a little bit different than you treat everybody else, right? Because that entitlement, because they're family, they're going to always be around, right? So I feel like that there's a certain level of respect and homage that is noticed, and they pay attention to that when you're working with other things. If you're working with the other things before you even working with your ancestors, they probably like, I'm not giving you nothing, because you don't even respect where you came from. How can you respect me? How can you honor me to to the fullness if you can't even honor this to the fullness, So it's kind of like the same thing. I feel like the creator is going to be the creator, but when you trying to work with any and all these other things outside of your ancestors, then that's when it's like, okay, you don't respect your people, so what you doing over here? Like I see a lot of people trying to work with Oshun, Oya, try to work with all these entities, but don't know who they, don't have this relationship or this rapport established with their ancestors. And you don't necessarily have to know their name. You don't have to know your ancestors. I have my mentor, Aphrodite Stone. She had me do ancestral plants for the ancestors that I didn't know. And that's what I did, And so even then, just doing that little gesture, here come these other ancestors that I didn't know, from all different paradigms and races too. Let's see. But yeah, you just approach that communication the same way you would approach it. Talk to the creator, talk to your ancestors, Let's see. Let's see. All right. So this is my first time on a live. I find this to be very informative. Thank you. You're so welcome. I rarely come on here, but I need to start doing more of this. Ain't no way I caught you live. I know, right? Peace and love. I know it's so hard to catch me live, right? Like when I come on here, it's like every once in a blue moon. Liver detox. You want to try it? Let's go. Do the liver detox. Here's why you need to do the liver detox. And so when you do the liver is associated with anger. All right. So, people that have a lot of rage, people that did a lot of alcohol and all that stuff, but liver is associated with anger. Okay. And so when you do the liver detox, you can do the liver detox with just liver detoxing things, or first extracting anything from your diet that has to filter through the liver. All right. So like liquor, Western medicine has to, all that filters through the liver, certain Western medicines. So you have to look and see, because I don't want to tell y'all to get off y'all medicine if y'all not ready to get off y'all medicine. Milk thistle is one of those good ones. Dandelion, that's a good one. But any liver detoxing agent, you can even use a liver tonic, living bitters. You can use olive leaf, mushrooms. Certain mushrooms can help detox the liver. But you can start anywhere. If I were you, I would start with a liver cleanse. You can get like a Gaia liver cleanse, or you can get some milk thistle. We don't currently have milk thistle yet, but you can get milk thistle. Those are very effective. Got to drink a lot of water though. Please drink a lot of water, because your body, your spiritual body. There's this three brain system, right? And so your three brains. This is your mind, your heart, and that gut, right? And then you also have these other systems that work interchangeably with it. And so then you have your liver, your heart again, your mind, and your intestines, your gut again. So like all these different things control certain functions. I'm about to pull something up because I'm just trying to remember exactly how it goes so I can really explain it to y'all. But I have it right here because I was just talking to somebody about it the other day, about the different minds, because we got to pay attention to those minds, y'all, because they control us too. So we notice a lot of people that would come to us with bipolar. One thing we would do would have them cleanse their intestines, all right, because those intestines, that gut is connected to that nervous system. And so it creates all kinds of issues. And if you guys want, like Blended Rootz has a group. We have a group on Facebook. Instagram, we're not that active yet, but on the Facebook group, we already have a lot of information in there, just free information, just so y'all can have it in that group. And if you go on there and request to be a member, then I'll add you guys in there. But I would do that. I would do a liver cleanse. I will also see if I can cleanse my gut, because that gut is like one of those primary things. I'm telling you, creates a lot of frustration as well, mood swings. So this is like a little bit of both. Like I got questions being asked, and then whenever someone asks a question like directed to the ancestors, I'll give a download and then I'll give some facts. What your hair has? I know it has grown so much. Be naughty. Oh my goodness. It just out the blue, out the blue. But it's now mature. At first, it wasn't mature because of the grade, and now it's just coming out so quickly. But I'm excited. You say you would love to be able to call them by name. Yeah. So you until you can like so talk with your living ancestors. That's what I'm gonna say. Your living ancestors, see how much cultural context can your living ancestors give you. That way you'll be able to know as many names as possible. All right. And then all of the other names will start to come to you because some of my ancestors, I didn't know their name until they came to me. And then I asked somebody about it, and they're like, oh, yeah, that's your such and such and such. Got working hours, left my butt off, but this is I gotta look. I still have like, although I work from home, I still work and I'm a homeschool mom. So I'm a homeschool mom. I'm a pre-licensure student. I still have this work, and then I'm the CCO of Blended Rootz here. So it's a lot, you know. So if you need to, hey, I hope that I click the right buttons and it'll post and you can catch the rest of it. Burdock root, yes, we got burdock root, red clover, yes, yellow dock, yes, blood cleansers. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that helps with the liver either, but those are definitely great blood cleansers. And also, you guys, chlorophyll oxygenates the blood as well. All right, so chlorophyll oxygenates the blood. So the liver is weakened by anger. The lungs are weakened by grief. The stomach is weakened by stress. The kidneys are weakened by fear. And stress weakens your heart and your brain. Okay, so that's one thing. And then every disease, of course, it got a remedy. So let me see what I got here for the liver. So the liver, black seed oil, y'all. Sea buckthorn, black seed oil, that's going to help with the liver. Black seed oil and sea moss going to help with the brain. That's going to be for brain health. Elderberry, zinc, soursop, and black seed oil. Y'all got to try out elderberry. We got some on the site. That helps with your bone health. All right. Gut health. You need some oil of oregano. Make sure that the oil of oregano is the food grade, not the therapeutic grade. You drink the therapeutic grade if you want to, you're gonna be burning for a little while. But that's for your gut. Sea moss and bladderwrack. We also have sea moss and bladderwrack also. So that's for your gut to help cleanse your gut. Lung health, soursop, black seed oil, sea moss, heart health, sea buckthorn, black seed oil, and sea moss. Those are just quick little things that you could get your hands on really fast. What's the group? So the group about our herbs is Blended Rootz with a Z. Can you, if you still here, can you type in Blended Rootz with the Z on here? Um, and that's how you can find out information about the herbs. Um, let's see. Let's see. You say you be mad as hell, Planet? Look, I ain't gonna sit up here in front like I didn't used to be angry as I don't know what. And don't let somebody do nothing to disrespect spirit soul. I have to figure out whether I'm gonna be spirit soul or Peter when they disrespect me. Let's see. The most part I will experience intense pain in the base. Oh, in the base of your spine. Strong back. See if you can get some strong back. Sometimes unbearable. Yeah. So you possibly can get some strong back. See if eucalyptus oil will help you in that department, like taking that pure therapeutic grade eucalyptus oil and rubbing it on your spine, or having someone deep massage it into your spine if you can, witchy. Yeah, because I'm gonna tell y'all, and that's why I was just over here working on my back. It used to be horrible. I had what's called degenerative spine disease. And I used to be in wheelchair canes and all that years ago. nearly a decade ago, but it still was an issue. Some days I get up, couldn't walk, felt the pain in my hip. Okay, so here goes 3 brains. I'm gonna show you a picture too, so you can see what I'm talking about. So 3 brains. You got the head brain. So that's your logic, and that's how the unconscious mind directs around about 90% of your behaviors, right? Then you got the gut, which is 90% of the body's serotonin, and it involves mood management. So it's produced. So mood management is produced in the gut. So you got to eat well so you can feel good. That's why they say you are what you eat. The head again. So with the head, that's the heart. And the heart, more neutral pathways running from the heart to the head brain. That's from the head brain to the heart. So I guess because of the central nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system, both interconnected to move everything in the different directions that it needs to go. So you got to make sure that that's healthy, so you ain't pushing certain things throughout your nervous system. So I think that's what that information is saying. But I'm going to show you, I got to show you planning. I'm not sure if you're going to still be on here, but if you come back to this video, it's going to be at 1 hour and 6 minutes. So you can see what I'm talking about, because your girl Spirit Soul, before I was Spirit Soul, I was spiritually sick. I was a lost soul, just putting anything in my body. Let the military break me down. And that was your girl Spirit Soul a couple years ago, right there, with them back issues. Couldn't even walk sometimes. They put that stuff all down my spine and stick them needles in my neck. Now I don't have to do none of that. I ain't had none of that since 2015 was the last time I said, you know what, I'm not going to do that again. Let's see. So if you can get you some strong back, do things for inflammation, turmeric. Because I'm not sure what you're dealing with, Witchy, but turmeric, that helps with inflammation. Chlorophyll helps with inflammation. I use a lot of chlorella. I use a lot of stuff because I have to keep myself good. Let's see. Second brain. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mothercraft. I'm so glad you said that. It's the second brain. Yes. The Facebook group is Blended Rootz with a Z. Yes. I love that chlorophyll and black sea oil. So you already got a lot of the stuff that you need. Let's see. Buckthorn. So that buckthorn, Mothercraft, I said that the buckthorn was good to help with that liver. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to add you as soon as we get off here. All right, let's see. 1 p.m. here. Oh, yes, I'll upload it. So hopefully it'll upload right away because I selected that little button. Yes, exactly. And that's exactly why I really started paying attention to like different phenomenologies, Mothercraft, because I didn't understand that a lot of that spiritual stuff that was a lot of that physical stuff that was going on with me was symbolic to this spiritual journey. So I was going through all of these different things on the physical, and I didn't see how it tied into my spiritual. And now that, I had to sit down, and my intuitive eye, it was very strong when my 2 physical eyes were very weak. I felt like a baby again, starting over, just to use my intuition, because I relied heavily on my sight. So using my intuition only for those couple years, and realizing that there were still things that were left unseen on my own journey as well, which is why I had to sit in that place of cloud for a little while in order to be able to really see myself. So yeah, it's definitely very important to understand how spirituality and your health plays a factor. And also like what some of those things may mean. Like you having certain back pains. Is this a place that you hold your stress? What's going on? Is something emotional happening? Things like that. And that's when a lot of that intuitive medicine and stuff comes into place. Let's see. You're so welcome, Witchy. What did you do to reawaken the melanin in your hair? Your grays are gone. Oh, I'm gonna tell you a trick. So I still have a little bit of grays, but a trick that I found out, this is called sesame seed. Okay, so black sesame seed. Black sesame seed helps the hair turn from gray to black, or from gray back to its normal color. So I don't use chemicals on my hair. What I did was years ago, I used henna on my hair years ago to go to Haiti to visit my husband's family. And every year since then, it gets lighter, but that's because I just found out that I have what is called photosynthesis. So if I stay out in the sun long enough, it'll lighten up. But black sesame seed, you can make black sesame seed lattes. It tastes just like coffee. You can create black sesame seed cappuccinos and things like that. Black sesame seed is something that helps with gray hairs. It takes a while, but it helps with gray hairs. So that's what I use. Let's see. You going off to bed? Okay. Peace and love, dear. It's Blended Rootz. Let me type it. Black sesame seed. No, I went to the store, in the grocery store aisle. In the grocery store aisle, they have some black sesame seeds. There we go. They got some black sesame seeds inside of a I wish I could just go get some, but the kitchen's kind of far. But they're inside of a season bottle. So you can go like into the seasoning rack and just go alphabetically, and the black sesame seeds should be there. And if not in, because I don't know how you guys' stores are set up, but it might be in the Oriental aisle where the black sesame seeds are. And I just get the bottle like this, and how you make the black sesame seed lattes. You take you some hemp milk, some hemp. Yeah, you can take you some hemp milk, some hemp seeds, black sesame seeds, 5 dates, no pits. This is the ingredient for a little NutriBullet, like a 16-ounce NutriBullet. 5 dates, no pits, hemp milk, some hemp seeds. You can use agave or you can use an additional date, and then you take that and you mix that together. You gotta grind the black sesame seed. Yes, Mother Crafty. Black sesame seed with the sesame seed oil. And it's gonna make it like almond butter. It's gonna get to the consistency of almond butter. Then the last thing that you do, you're gonna put the black sesame seed inside of that mixture that you made. You're gonna mix it up in that bullet, pour it inside of a cup that you can microwave, or you don't even have to microwave it, because the microwave, I know a lot of people don't like to use the microwave. You could pour it in a pot on the stove, let it get hot, pour it through a strainer, and now you got your black sesame seed latte. It sounds like a lot, but it only takes 10 minutes to do this thing. You could. Are you talking about the henna? I don't know if I don't know if I could drink. I drink the henna tea because I just used it for my hair. But I don't know. Maybe the black sesame seed could be used as a dye. I never looked at it for that. I was just looking at it to find something to replace coffee, because I love some coffee, y'all. You're welcome. All right, so lots of different energy as it relates to certain powers that are coming forth. So many of you sent the request. Let me go in here and add you guys to the group. especially before I forget. Y'all know how when you start getting that amnesia, that's why I'm working on the mind tea. Like I love oh no. Oh, okay, okay. I see. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely can drink it. And I stumbled across that. Oh my goodness, I stumbled across that because of the alkaline challenge. And it's a lot of information for those that are interested in possibly going alkaline. I could grant you access to that information as well so that you all can have it. Let's see. Let's do this. You guys, I'm on here trying to now filter these invites. Okay. All right. Yes, as a drink. Yes, that's what I meant. You look, this MacBooks be snitching, boy. This MacBook snitch. Mothercraft, do you got a social media? Oh, on helping the hair grow. So, okay, so with the hair growth, so this rosemary oil, grapeseed oil, what else? Lavender, tea tree, all of these things. We don't have the serum out right now. You can use Haitian black castor oil, the Mascriti oil. We have that. You can use Jamaican black castor oil too. I like the Mascriti oil a lot better because there's no heat added to it. It's just straight Mascriti. Um, but yeah, just not moving it so much, no, not a lot of pulling on it. I have a wash regimen, and then there are certain sprays like elixirs that I create. But you can just take those things that I name and create an elixir right now, and it'll help. And listen, burdock root is a lifesaver for a lot of stuff. You start getting that stuff into your system and start getting it on your skin and in your hairs and things like that, you're gonna notice some drastic changes, even in appearance. Oh yes. Directly to the scalp. Massage it in. Take that grapeseed oil right along with it. Massage it in there. Put a few drops of that rosemary with it. Get you one of those little dollar spray bottles. Put you some distilled water inside that spray bottle. Drop a few drops of that stuff in there. Spray it on your hair now again. Stimulate your scalp. That's all. And when you wash it, instead of when you put the shampoo here, when you start stimulating here, get you one of those little massage brushes and just do that, you know, instead of scratching your scalp. Just get you a little massage brush and start stimulating it that way. And then when you wash it out regularly. But instead of doing this, just massage it with that massage brush. How do you recognize my Facebook page? Blended Rootz has a leaf. There is a band in a beauty salon, but Blended Rootz has a leaf on it. Let's see. Let me find it. It has a leaf in the front and a leaf in the back. This is Blended Rootz. If anybody's in H-Town, Blended Rootz will be at the pop-up shop in Houston. If anybody's in Houston, Texas. So if you're in Houston, Texas, we'll be at the pop-up shop. So you'll actually be able to meet me in person. I'm pretty tall too. Yeah, you can ask everybody. I'm pretty tall. No, I'm joking. But yeah, the reason why it's like a closed group is because we want people that are actually interested in natural healing, So just interested in natural healing and natural healing information, and people, everyone could share information. They find things helpful, find any of the products helpful, things like that. But yeah, but definitely, how many of you all been feeling like it's time for y'all to like really take off in y'all businesses and things like that? Because this is an energy of setting intentions and creating. I think that's where they got the New Year's resolution from. That intention setting. That intention setting and creating. I believe that that's a resonant energy around this time. I really enjoyed being on this live tonight. I definitely have to do this more. I usually be nervous too. Every time I get on here, I get nervous. Don't know why. Anyone that's going through a situation where it's requiring them to, you might be feeling like, oh, am I sacrificing? I got you, Adila. Am I sacrificing myself here? But that's, you're not, whatever the situation is that someone's going through, do not feel like you are. You've been in real estate? Oh, wow. Take it in baby steps. Taking in baby steps. For those of you guys that do know me, I was in the military. And in the military, I jumped right into a corporate thing, and making good money. And I did not want to leave that thing. I still had other things that I do, and I did not want to step into my healing calling because it was like, oh, this is a lot. I got to learn all of this stuff, and I got to, be a student again. So you're coming from a position of leadership, and you're coming from a place where you're making really good money, and it's like, oh man, how am I going to take care of myself? But I'm going to tell you one thing for certain and two things for sure. The creator, source, guides, ancestors, the powers that be have taken care of me, And so once you believe that, then possibilities are endless. It's like, so start kind of weaning yourself off of it, kind of like how you have to wean yourself off certain things, kind of wean yourself off of it and start transitioning into that. Like, really figuring out what it is that you want to do. And Adila, my best and honest advice is getting with someone that's going to push you and help you be able to plan that out, like getting you a mentor in the field that you are trying to maneuver into, because you want to surround yourself and learn from people that are, in the same space that you're trying to evolve to or transition to. So that's the circle. That's where you're trying to push yourself. So you're going to have to be around those types of people, and then they're going to begin to assist you and also challenge you and make you better in that world now, So transitioning from that side, integrating with people and mentors on this side, Yeah. Yep. Reflecting and creating. I already know you. Look, Arthur Centaura. I already know. Okay. Got you. I added a lot of you guys too. Oh, there go Jacqueline. Got you. All right. Yeah. So yeah. I can. So KT. I can teach you more about North nodes, but I got a whole nother database. So like, I don't know if you've ever been on my website, but like, say for example, if you order a soul chart from me, like, um, it's not like the typical reading. It's actually not a reading at all. It's I take all of the information that you provide me, and I create this soul chart as it relates to like all of the different placements on your chart. So it's just like a birth natal chart, but it also has specific timelines that are coming up, past things in your past. A lot of people get them and they be like, "Oh man, it's crazy because I was really doing this thing." But KT, you tell me what type of mentor you looking for. If you got Instagram, hit me up so I could point you in the right direction of that north node information and that south node information, and like whether like your different houses. And also I know a couple of astrologers. Gemini Jazz is an astrologer. Kaale Wanjuro is an astrologer. I started with astrology, but listen, if you don't want to pay nobody for astrology, I'm finna go ahead and show you something real quick. Just give me 1 second. Let me grab my little book because everybody know I'll grab this book really fast for you. So I got a couple of books that I really like. Reason why I like them because there's no better way to know about something but to learn it for yourself, right? And so, oh, you have a crystal business? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And you can expand on that crystal business. You get you that resale license, and you go ahead and get in on that. You get in on those big crystal events over there in Phoenix. As long as you got a resale license, they'll sell you the crystals wholesale, and you'll be able to expand on that planet. All right, so I don't do past life readings, but I have been working to strengthen my abilities in past life regressions, so to speak. But I don't do past life reading. But there are sometimes things from the past life pop up. I do, however, know some people that do past life readings, but I'm not sure what your what your way of life is. But again, like me, I don't subscribe to the different ways of life. If a person has a gift, I like the gift. I'll utilize them. So I did use Voodoo Diva to do past life for me. And she was able to tap into all of the past lives that I knew about and some that I didn't know about. And that's because like I said, I'm still learning the past life regressions. Be careful with using straight essential yes. Yeah, that's why I said the distill water for the spray, but tea tree oil, I always just put it right on my head. Yep. Depending on the potency, it will burn mothercraft. Usually you have to dilute them, yes. And then they'll tell you which some of them will say whether or not you should dilute them. Personal spirit guides are. Oh, let's see. So first let me answer this one question for KT. So KT, the astrology book, the only astrology book you'll ever need. This is the name of this actual book. That's the name of it. I'm not saying this is the only one you'll ever need because I use two of them. So this is going to explain so much more than anybody that you would spend $1 on. This book will. Now, with that being said, there are several different astrological systems. So there's different type of astrology for different types of things. We, however, many of us use the 12 zodiac astrology system, and many others use 13. So if you look into the African astrology and things like that, it's 13. You look into the Chinese zodiacs and things like that, they even use different types of, spirit animals, things like that, different types of animals. Have I ever gone to a reader while in Haiti? No, I haven't. I have never gone to a reader while in Haiti, but I do know some readers that are in Haiti. This is astrology for yourself. So this is a workbook. Got this off Amazon, and you could feel this out. No, so I've had Mambos from Haiti actually do divination for me, like do readings on me, like when I was really, really young in it. Um, and the reason why is because I wanted to connect with something that was most like me, so that I knew it wasn't pulling my leg, something that did not understand what this world here, too much of what this world was about, so that I can know that it was genuine. And then once it started resonating, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Um, my my sister-in-law, she's Haitian, and she also has a YouTube channel as well, and she does tarot readings. Her name is The Birthday Gift. So she does a lot of tarot readings, and she's Haitian. And she goes to Haiti too. Yeah, you probably was, especially like if you have a sensitive scalp. So yeah, in the water I use distilled water. I use a whole bunch of distilled water and a few drops of those oils. And then you can you can use any type, you like I said, grapeseed oil, tea tree oil, and all that other stuff. You can even mix it together and then put it in your scalp. Now, tea tree oil, I would put it right on my scalp because I used to have issues with dandruff and things like that, eczema, all that other stuff. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hold on, let me approve these responses too. All right. So yeah, KT, astrology for the soul. Yes, they do, and so the Jamaicans. Bookman, Dote Bookman, who also assisted the Haitians in the revolution. He was Senegalese, but he was also from Jamaica, and he was one of the Maroon. And the Maroons are my people. And so when we was looking at the revolution story, we found out like, oh wow, Bookman, Dote Bookman was helping y'all, and we made that connection. And so I feel like that's why a lot of the division came about the Caribbean, because they didn't want us to tap into a power like that ever again, working together side by side, you know, to defeat, defeat a group of people that were trying to overtake their homeland. So yeah, it's very powerful. And so my baby is a Haitian. He's Jamaican and Haitian. So he lots of work. All of my children are fire signs. So it's never a dull moment in this house. Yeah. Yes, I love it. I love it. Yeah, I feel like a bunch of big sisters here too. It feels so good. I was thinking, I was like, how is it that, you know, I don't go live as often? And how do these people be on here for like hours? But then if you on here for like hours, and or you get on here and people have questions and you start answering their questions, the time just get away from you. Tapping into your own guide. So during your meditation practice, one practice that would be very important for you to get into is sitting in the presence of your guides, or sitting in the presence of God, or sitting in the presence of whoever you're trying to connect with. And when you're doing this, you could pay like some a frequency that's like, kind of just like white noise in the background. It doesn't have to be loud, unless you like me and like things to feel enchanted. Um, but just playing that in the background and sitting silently, trying to make that connection with that infinite power, okay, or with whatever it is that you're trying to make a connection to. Now, there are certain techniques. You still haven't meditated? Why not? I have one. I have one already posted here. It was for the 1111 portal, but you can use it for anything. It's on. I use the Did I use the fourth? I used the 528 frequency, I believe. I either use 528 or 432 for that one. But I have to double check. I think I put it in the description too. But it's for manifestation. And the one that I'm gonna do coming up, it's gonna be a little bit longer than that one. So you afraid to do it? Well, so you may need a guide. You may need a guide because sometimes people need guides to help them go into that space because it is a scary space. That's why, a lot of people try to go into the Kundalini without a yogi, try to tap into that energy. And sometimes you may need that professional or that guide to assist you so you don't mess something up. Because, not saying that you're going to mess nothing up because I don't want you to be scared of meditating, but you can start with something simple. You planet can start with some ohms or some yams or something like that and just sit there and do that for about 5 or 10 minutes, or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Or you could start with just simple things like the breath until you get comfortable doing the breaths, and then you can take it a step further after that. Your son sees entities sometimes. It does. How old is he? How old is your son, Adila? My son, the baby one sees things, and he wherever he see them at, he bring that to me. 12. Okay, so you're gonna have to start working with the 12-year-old. Okay, and so you're gonna have to start doing things that are gonna be focused around trying to get the 12-year-old to focus and trying to get the 12-year-old to meditate. This is going to help your son to release certain anxiety and certain fears surrounding it. And as you're introducing these things to the 12-year-old, you got to do it in a way that is like not alarming too, you know? So once they're seeing you in certain practices over and over and over again, it doesn't become scary to them because my big kids, my 14-year-old and my 11-year-old, they know what I'm doing. The 3-year-old, he doesn't necessarily know what I'm doing, but he's okay with what I'm doing as long as he's right with me when it's happening. If he's out by himself and he sees these entities in the house or these spirits in the house, he freaks out. All right. So you got to kind of subtly bring them into it. Looking into things like people that specialize in children meditation, so some people do like focus types meditation where they clapping their hands and they getting them to focus and they teaching them how to breathe and not be scared, and they slowly introducing this information to them, and they telling them like, okay, so I'm going to talk to you about this. And one thing that I do a lot is I talk to my kids about ancestry. I talk to them about I relate it to what they already watch. So these kids, they watch anime. Anime talks about this stuff. So I introduce it to them in that form. And because they already see it on anime, but then they see me do it and they know that I'm not going to do anything that's unsafe, they're not afraid of it. So none of my kids are afraid of the dark either. Not even the baby. They never tried to hurt him. Oh, so they never tried to hurt you, but you still fearful? That's normal. You know, that's normal to be fearful of that. So you remember being afraid of the dark, and they tried to make everything magical seem dark, and everything that was harmful seem beautiful, like the mermaids and the leprechauns and all them and the genies. Those are the worst things out there, but they make them seem so beautiful. Mm-mm. It's the alarming, the things that we feel are alarming that are the least harmful, and the ones that we don't see as a threat that'll take your whole house out if you're not careful. you know Oh yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I've seen videos off the camera and seeing certain things happen. Like, what in the world is that? I remember when me and my husband came into our audience, and that scared the crap. It scared the crap out of me because I had never heard anything before. So now when I'm hearing stuff, I'm like, I'm calm about it. But before, scared the crap out of me. Lights coming on, doors slamming, all kinds of stuff. It's like, whoa, this is crazy. Let's see. Yeah, so that's how you're gonna have to bring it into them. Anime. That's how you're gonna have to do it. And you notice like every time you go inside of the nail salon, like if you guys get your nails done, they got the altars and stuff up there. If they ever go with you there, introduce them. Like, look, see, they got the altar up. This is such and such a god, or this is such and such an entity, or this is feng shui. Because a lot of time they have feng shui or Buddha, because they want that money to come in and they want Buddha to bless it. So, yeah. So you guys, what y'all want more of from Spirit Soul next year? I'm here for all the advice for the channel, because usually I just come on here and do what I'm led to do. But I also know that people have questions. So what's some things that y'all would like to see from Spirit Soul? I know some of y'all said y'all wanted those zodiac readings to come back. I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna meditate on that. You're so welcome. I'm gonna meditate on those zodiac readings. Someone said that they wanted me to talk about the guys that are around people. So I'll put that on the list. But I really like for people to figure out their own guides, simply because we all have different people in our spiritual court and we all align with different things. And I might call out a guide of my spiritual court that is resonant of that energy, and you have no clue who it is, So I'm gonna hold a meds on that, and if spirit does lead me to do it, then I'll do it. Let's see. Oh. Oh no. So when they use at Walmart at the self-checkout machine and you stole some items. On the way out, the Indian security guard started walking directly to me. Wow. Yes, I sure can. So this is the first astrology book. And that first astrology book is called The Only Astrology Book You'll Ever Need. Oh, okay. Okay, Kat. And then the next one is Astrology for Yourself. Let me see. So let's see. More manifestation rituals and love readings. Okay. I could do that. I know y'all heard that. Wow. Oh, so he got possessed. Oh, wow. I believe it too. In India, they stopped one form of yogi. I forgot what it was of yoga. I forgot what it was called. But India didn't like that the yogis could sit, come outside of their bodies while they're still sitting there, and their spirits, they could actually see not the people that were sitting there. They knew that they had, astral projected out of their body. But the people that were onlooking, like, could see them all leave their body and observe themselves and then go back into their body. So they did away. Do you know which one that is, Planet? What form of yoga was that they made illegal in India? Because you could come out of your body and go back into it. Oh, I wish I knew. I hope you know. You're welcome. More about the healing journey? Okay. Oh, yeah, I could do that. Should I mention like people that I went to or services that I got? Because there are some people that they have YouTube channels and I've done work with them and they do, to me they do amazing work, you know. Adila, I mean, you remember when I started, um I don't know if you saw them 3 card readings back in the day. But it was a big transformation. I'm gonna share something on Instagram here. I got a lot of things that I'm gonna share on Instagram about this entire journey. But one thing is, like, when you look at the evolution, oh my goodness, I'm gonna show you. I'll show you guys. You guys see it first. That right there. That's like a 13-year difference. And so it's been a long, a long transformation. I'll tell you that much. I started a YouTube channel years ago. It didn't work out well. So I was like, you know what? It's not time yet. So yeah, and now I'm back. Oh, so you could actually, Adila, you can actually control it. The more that you begin to ritualize like your practice, the more control you'll have over it in the spirit world. All right. Even the more you work on shadow self too, because can't leave shadow out, because shadow, to me, shadow protects me over there. Because everything's going on over in the astral plane. And sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it's like, whoa, I did not know that they were capable of doing this. Other people like come over there and, you know, I don't know if y'all seen behind her eyes, but I saw some type of stuff like that in the astral plane, and I thought they was coming for me. And so I thought I was cloaking, but I didn't cloak. It was one of my guides that shielded me so that I couldn't be a part of that. And now, like, that's why I wear so many crystals, because when I be going, I need to come back, you know. But yeah, but you'll be able to control it. But if you ain't got no business over there, you don't gotta go. But it's sometimes your soul gonna lead you over there. It's gonna be things that your soul gonna need to see and witness and things like that, especially on your soul journey. Been flying a lot in your dreams? Oh. Hmm. Are you remote viewing? Are you in a dream? Are you in between the dream state, KT, and the waking state? Is it a waking vision? Is it you waking up and remote viewing? Does it actually come to pass? Because so if it actually, say for example, if you be flying around looking at people, you think you're dreaming, right? If you're remote viewing, when you call them and start talking about some of the stuff, they'll be like, "Oh, I was just doing that." That's a remote view. Mm-hmm. If you were having a waking vision, then it's as soon as you think you still asleep, but you waking up, so you're having a vision in between that moment, and then you wake all the way up, and you was like, "What was that dream about?" And that dream feels so long. Wasn't long at all. It was only a couple minutes, but it felt like a long time to you. You know. Um, So yeah, just determining the difference. Is it a lucid dream? Is it a dream that you know you're dreaming in and it feels real, it appears real, but it's not actually happening. You can control the outcome. So yeah, so I feel like you're remote viewing. You probably over there spying on people, remote viewing and spying. This one is gonna be long. I hope people watch the playback. They probably was like, "Ooh, that's too long, Peter." But yeah, so yeah, you checking on people, but yeah, it's an interesting gift. It's a great gift to have too, because when you can remote view, you could protect yourself better too. So I'm gonna get ready and get off the line with you guys because I did not expect us to be here for until 2 o'clock in the morning. My Instagram is spirit_soul_oracle. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Oh yes. I was thinking about doing that and I saw myself doing that, Adila. Sitting out there. Let me put this Instagram in there really quick because it's a fake spirit soul out there too, y'all. So it's not me, but it's a fake one out there asking people to do readings. And I was telling people, my calendar be too full to be begging people to do readings. Okay, so it's spirit. I hope that's spelled right. Y'all, my eyes are still settling. So I only had it like completely for 3 days now. Wednesday makes the third day. But yes, so that's what I do. I saw myself, Adila, and so now you tapping into my energy. I saw myself out there, outside, doing stuff and going over different things that I use to help with certain things. And I was like, where is this coming from? Because I'm the ancestor healer, but this is all ancestor healing. Everything that I'm talking about, everything that we're doing is ancestral healing. So it's just like in my mind, like I feel like I'm crossing over into another lane, but then it's like, nah, we putting this on you for a reason because this is the stuff that this is where we're headed. This is the new world. This is what's going to be necessary once the metaverse gets here. Because a lot of people ain't going to be going nowhere because they're going to be in the metaverse. So they're going to be needing blended roots. They're going to be needing them roots. Let's see. You're so welcome. I really appreciate y'all staying up with me tonight. Wow. Oh my goodness. This was so awesome. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm here for it. And y'all, I actually respond to my Instagram messages when I get an opportunity to it. I don't post a lot on there, which I'm gonna get better at. I'm just y'all know how it is. Everybody that's over the I would say over the age of 28, it's like you ain't really into the things like that. It's like you're learning to be into the things, so it's like a learning curve, so I just got to get more involved on the Instagram. But again, if you guys are interested in coming onto the Patreon community, we have a lot of Zoom meetups. I think those guys see me more than anybody because they see me for whatever nightlies spirit lay on me, any ancestral messages they lay on me. They see me for the 2 classes that we have a month on there. They also get to do the support group on there, so they get a lot of time with me on that platform. But yeah, so Patreon is like where I really hang out at. And Instagram sometimes. I gotta get familiar with TikTok. One of my clients that I'm gonna be helping her, I'm gonna be assisting her in her birth, and she wants to do her whole ancestral doulahood on TikTok. I've never done that before, so we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, okay. Yep, I'm looking forward to those pictures. It does. And my friends have been getting on me for a while about that. They was like, you never talk about Blended Rootz. And I was like, you know what? You're right. It's spirit soul, like SOL. Soul. I put it up here. I put it in the comments to Planet. Yep, spirit soul. The ancestral healer. All right. So you guys, again, if you guys are in Texas, Houston, Texas especially, there's a pop-up shop that's going to be Saturday on the 18th from 10 to 2 p.m. There are going to be a lot of different vendors there. They're going to have massage therapists. They're going to have all kinds of stuff. People that, some of them just have like in-home stores where they make their butters at home and natural soaps and things like that, So it's going to be a good time if you're in the Houston area. I think that would be great for you guys to check out. Also, I just, okay, you found me? Awesome. I just posted this article that I did with Voyage, which was pretty fun. Nervous at the same time, but pretty fun, a lot of fun. And it's going to be so much coming down the pipes as far as the ancestral healer next year. So I'm excited, which you guys, anytime you feel like it, get on Instagram. If you come up with something and you like, it's something that you want to know more about, hey, shoot it to me. I'm open to ideas. Sometimes it takes me a while to get to stuff, but I'm very open to ideas. I want to give you guys as much information as possible because that's what we need. We need this information, especially for the times that we are transitioning into, because in 10 years from now, it's going to be completely different. Just like from the time that I graduated high school to now, I didn't have a cell phone, and so now it's like cell phone village, and the kids, they love it, and they're trapped into social media and Roblox and all of this different stuff. And now Roblox is coming to life for us. And so now we got to get used to playing Roblox, right? So I'm definitely open to suggestions. Some of the stuff that I would like to talk to you guys about, because we're in a censored environment now, it's very hard for me to communicate certain messages that I get, which is why I'm on Patreon a lot more, because when I go to talking about, scientists interfering with our dreams and which crystals to wear to protect yourself from that, and different things that the egregores are doing, and all of those different things, then YouTube be like, nope, shut her down. All of my a lot of my earlier work is gone. They thought I was a conspiracy theorist, so a lot of my earlier stuff, like some of that stuff, is gone. So just different things like that. So really open for suggestions. If you guys know people that maybe I could interview on the channel, y'all got some connections, maybe I can interview some people on the channel. That would be great. Heck, if y'all want to get interviewed on the channel, we could do that sometimes. Have one of y'all come on and talk about the things that you want to talk about. So I think it'll be a good thing. I think it'll be a good thing. I think it'll be a good opportunity for some of you all to share your expertise and just get out there. Be out there and be open, be free. Don't be scared, because we all have a soul mission. And our soul mission is not only to tap into the highest level of consciousness that we can tap into, but assist others in it, and train our children to do it too, and get them back to certain teachings as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. 2 hours. I can't believe it. I said I was gonna get on here real quick, and now 2 hours have passed. And yeah, but I'll be up bright and early because we don't sleep, we just rest, right? I'll be up bright and early. So I really appreciate you guys sticking with me all night long for 2 whole hours. Some of y'all on way different time zones. You said you'd like to hear more about this transition. Oh man, yes. I agree, and I really want to decode that, because I was an investigator too. So I like to decode things, and yeah. So I really would, and I really would love for us to be able to vocalize, our own opinions about that as well. So you love this live? Oh, I'm so glad that you love it. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all you guys' input. When we talk about this metaverse, look, y'all be ready. Tell me what y'all want to talk about the metaverse, and we will make it happen. It's going to be some miniseries that's going to be launched too, but I'll definitely talk more about those things as well for next year. So everybody that wants to get in on the vision board party or the vision book party, it's a virtual party. It doesn't cost anything. Only thing you got to do is hit me up and say that you want to go, and you will be able to come on and do the virtual book with us, the virtual, what is this thing called, vision board. And I do, with the group, I do vision books. So we take our journals and we put our vision boards inside of our journals in the back, so that we can carry it with us, because a lot of times we do these vision boards now, and when we do these vision boards, we don't never go back and look at the vision board. We just do the vision board, put the vision board somewhere, tuck it away somewhere. We don't do anything with it. So the vision book party, you can do a board if you're going to look at your board, but vision book, if you're one of those people that like to journal and can carry it around, then that's what would be a great technique for you to use in order to be able to pick it up and look at it every now and again. Like, okay, I already checked this off my list. I checked that off my list, and so you can keep track, and you're going to bring your old one to cross references to the new one. And so then we'll begin to push those intentions for the entire new year. So I really hope that you guys want to do the vision book. And if you do, reach me on Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, right on the community tab. It don't matter which one of them pictures is up there. You write on the community tab, I'm gonna get it. And I'll send you guys the link when that time comes, because that day is December, I believe it's the 27th, that we're all gonna meet for that. So all right, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I enjoyed y'all, and I'll holler at you.